How are you doing today? My name is Azarus. Welcome back to some more Incredibox. Today we're going to be heading back to Colorbox version 2, which is orange. Now the reason why I'm getting back to this mod is because it had an update, and apparently it sounds quite different from the original. So of course we're going to have to check it out. I'm curious if the documents are going to be a little different or if they're going to be the same, but I guess we'll find out, huh? Before we get into it though, let's get into this week's fan art. By the way, if you hear some bangs in the background, it is July 4th, so you know, fireworks and such. Also, I'm going to have to make a video dedicated to fan art because I do have a lot to cover. So keep an eye out for that video and keep an eye out for the Q&A, which should be up very soon. However, first off, we got some pixel art by Cwiz or Swizz. I still don't know how to say it. This is another recreation of the Ornaio thumbnail, which I said was one of my favorite thumbnails that I've created. And you know, I'm also a fan of pixel art, so this is pretty damn cool. And I love how that scar looks as pixel art. I think that's really cool. I think altogether you nailed it, and I love the style that you go for. I know Cwiz has been killing it with the fan art lately, but pretty badass overall. Next up, we got one coming in from Banana Man. So this is a recreation of Azarus as a polo. As you can see, you got the chain in there, and you got the green headphones too. And of course, you can't forget the sunglasses. I mean, it's just a part of the fit at this point. Overall, I think you did a pretty nice job of recreating me as a polo. However, would I be like a beat effect, a melody, a voice? Next up, we got one coming in from Nadir? I don't know how to say that, actually. I have no idea. Either way, we got Azarus as a Friday Night Funk character. That's pretty cool. Now, I've only seen bits and pieces of FNF, but I think that's pretty spot on with how they look. And I really like how you did two different parts to it. One with the sunglasses and like that blue glow too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it is really cool seeing art in like different styles like this. I think that's the best part about reviewing all these fan arts. Oh yeah, next one coming in from Turmeric Tunes. We got a thumbnail recreation of the Augury mod. This was the remade Augury mod. Yeah, I remember putting the lightning bolts in it too. Looks like you got that down perfectly. Honestly, a pretty solid mod too. I always like seeing how you recreate the polos to make them look like realistic. Like, it's not realistic, but it's like more detailed than the original polo. I like that. We got one coming in from Eve. I will say Eve has always impressed me with their work. It is crazy how much detail gets put into these. I think the perspective on this art is immaculate. You got like the blood splatter in the front, but like the camera is like focused on me in the back. Oh my god, that's so cool. And I see that scar in the background too. This is the Azarus from Ornaio. I can only imagine what he did. So, I mean, overall, I absolutely love this. This is crazy. Hold up. We got one more coming in from Limeyberry. I do apologize for getting to this late. I did say I was going to do it in one of the last videos. However, this one is really cool. If you look closely, we have a polo from every single Colorbox version, which just so happens to be their favorite polos from each Colorbox version. And of course, for orange, it has to be Colin, man. It has to be. This one is absolutely awesome, and I love the amount of bread in this image. I'm holding one. There's one on my shirt. There's one on my mouth. There's one on my headphones. Oh, we got Lee from White. Oh, amazing choir. Overall, absolute fire. I love how you included every single color box into this. And again, I do apologize for being a bit late on this one. I hope you forgive me. Also, I recorded this afterwards, so let's get back to the present. Either way, that is going to wrap it up for this week's fan art. I do appreciate you guys sending in your work. However, let's actually get into this mod. I like just took a shower and I'm like feeling calm. Like I'm kind of just chilling right now. I forgot, this one is based off of the city, right? The orange city? Yeah, this gives me like city vibes. It sounds like New York City or something. However, I do think the documents are implemented into the mod itself. And also we have two polos, or two bonus. They're not like question marks. Okay, well that's Splatjack, I'm gonna guess. Wait, is that one Jack-o'-lantern? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. I'm not 100% though. I guess we're gonna have to see when we cover it. As for the credits, we have Free Peas, which is Baggerhead, mostly everything. Some random kid for animation, and composer James for the animation for Melody 3. Let's take a look at the documents. I am going to compare them to the old documents. Okay, so very similar description, but it's worded a little bit different here. Name is Orion, age 22, gender male, an artist with a huge appetite. Orion is a well-known rapper in the Metropolis, has also appeared in commercials featuring the orange fruit. He's a laid-back, friendly, and funny guy who only gets angry when necessary. He also participates in competitive eating. I wonder what he eats. Maybe oranges. For beat 2, we got Vic, age 19, gender male. A visitor that had visited the city and purchased many unique items, including a shirt with Tangy's doodles. After just a few weeks, he decided to move and live here in the metro. Pretty cool. Yeah, we saw Vic in tan, if I'm not mistaken. Moving on to beat 3, we got Sai, age 20, gender male. Sai works at a juice place, offering both fruit and vegetable juices. He wears a mini top hat and is known for his goofy personality. He can become upset if you remove his hat without his permission. He's just the equivalent to a man-child, although he is responsible around machinery at workplaces. Well, that's good, I guess. Okay, yeah, this is way different. This one is named Signal, age none, gender none. One of the many pedestrian signs that were built by Lily with the help of Speed Limit. I'm guessing that's another Pallone here. These signs help determine whether it's safe to walk across the busy metro road. Yeah, it's pretty similar to the pedestrian signs you see in real life. Though there'd be only one person that had not followed that, and let's just say it didn't end well. Name is, oh yeah, I remember Upside Down Dude. Name is Alex, age 24, gender male. Alex enjoys handstanding and incorporates it into his daily activities. He also has surprising flexibility. He can perform most tasks while handstanding, though some may be difficult or impossible. Name is Tangy, looks way different from the original. Well, I mean, the face is drawn differently at least. Age 15, gender none. It was 14 before. I'm looking at the other one here. Tangy has their own place where they draw on shirts with their creativity. People like Vic had bought and worn them, though despite their lack of drawing skills, they've received positive feedback. Name is Astro, age 39, gender none. This one is super similar to the original. Astro enjoys exploring space and discovering new things, such as planets and species. Everyone gathers around the rocket whenever he goes exploring again and wishes him luck on his trip. Everyone considers him an idol here in the Metropolis. Name is Belle, age 6, gender female. So again, this description is almost the exact same as the original, so I'm going to skip past this one. Of course, if you want to see the original descriptions, I'll have a link to my original orange video. We're going to move on to Sia, age 35, gender female. Again, almost exactly like the original. It just seems like a lot of it's been worded better, but I think we're going to skip this one too. It is pretty much, this one is completely, I've never seen this one. Okay, so this one is Streetlight. Yeah, age none, gender none. One of the many streetlights that were built by Lily with the help of Speed Limit. The metro is also busy at night. Therefore, many lights assist keep the metropolitan area bright. Dude, I cannot say that sentence. Name is Lily. It used to be Lilac, age 32, gender female. Again, very similar to the original, but basically a scientist, and is also an expert in machinery. That's a crazy combination there. It's pretty cool. Okay, next up, you got String, age 5, gender none. This one looks different, and the description's quite a bit different too. Lily created Strings, her second attempt at building a robot. It is a living violin-like instrument that has 2 eyes with orange pupils. Although it cannot speak, it is capable of playing over 100 different songs with its string. That's pretty cool. Next up, we got Andy, age 9, gender male. He has like very detailed eyes. They're like glimmering. It's funny. Very similar to the original description, but he's an orphan that has ADHD and is friends with Belle. Moving on to the traffic light. It is literally a traffic light with red, gray, and orange lights. That is crazy. Age none, gender none. One of the many traffic lights that were built by Lily with the help of Speed Limits. It's obvious why they're needed here, so why should I even bother explain? Okay, that there was one car that wasn't paying attention during the incident one day. Yeah, I heard something about that. All right, we got Game Kid. Looks quite a bit different, actually. Looks actually like more realistic on this one, too. Again, almost exactly the same from the original description. Well, I have to read Colin's description, no matter how different it is. Name is Colin, age 21, gender male. Colin monitors traffic in the metro for potential hazards and strives to ensure safety. While wearing a traffic cone, he usually keeps his head buried. He's a sad individual who is hated by everyone in the metro besides Azarus. Azarus really likes him, and yeah, he sounds amazing. He struggles to interact with others, experiences anxiety related to social and separation situations. Either way, classic Colin, sounds immaculate. I'm curious how he's going to sound here, or if he's going to change up a little bit. I'm not sure. However, let's move on to Speed Limit, age 20, gender female. Again, same thing with the description for Speed Limit. It is pretty much the same, although I don't know, I was trying to highlight. I guess we're moving on. Next up, we got the TV. We're doing a TV intro, aren't we? Name is TV, age 3, gender none. The same description as before, so we're gonna head to, I think these are the voices now, so. Okay, yeah, this one is completely different. Name is Jack, age 35, gender male. Jack serves as the Metro's news anchor, providing updates on current events that are happening in the Metropolis. Despite how some events can be more surprising than others, he loves his job. I think a news anchor would be pretty cool. Ah, yeah. Okay, name is Jay, age 32, gender male. I remember you. He was a prominent artist, specialized in juggling. I was reading this over. Adored by people of all ages for his loving and rindly personality. I'm guessing that's supposed to be friendly. But COVID-19 happened and he was forced to quarantine himself in his home and he went insane, basically. All right, I think that is going to wrap up the descriptions. And let's head on to how they actually sound. All right, let's look at the first beat here. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, so the background music is loud. Let me see if I can turn that. Oh, okay, can't turn that down. All right, so I'm gonna have to like turn down the volume while we're in here and turn up the volume while I'm listening to the actual polos. Altogether, pretty good beat. Sounded pretty good. Just a nice classic beat, honestly. So moving on to the second beat, let's see how this one sounds. Again, another classic beat. Doesn't sound bad. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know? Hey, all right, yeah, let's move on to the third beat, see how that sounds. I'm guessing the hi-hats. Those hi-hats were super quiet, so I had to turn my volume all the way up. I like the flow of those hi-hats. Those sound really good, and I think that's going to make a pretty dope beat overall. I'm actually pretty excited to put the beats together, but we're going to move on to the fourth beat here. The pedestrian signs. Also some hi-hats. Interesting. I don't think I've heard like two sets of hi-hats like that. Pretty cool overall. I like the design of that one too. I mean, it's literally just a sign, but I think it's pretty cool. All right, moving on to the triple dots. I remember him in the original version, and he also had a really good beat. And altogether, it sounds like a whole beat line. So I think just based off of that, I am going to really enjoy these beats. Although I think it might be a little quiet, especially with those hi-hats. All right, moving on to the effects now. We got the orange, the bass. That might be the lowest bass I've ever heard. Again, I will say the background noises are cool. I do like them. Super loud. Super loud. Like either those need to be turned down or the whole mod I think needs to be turned up. But a pretty cool bass altogether. Once I turned the volume up, I was bumping. It was very bassy. All right, moving on to the astronaut dude. Sounds almost like a ringtone. Definitely switching it up from the original. Although I don't think we've heard anything that sounds similar to the original. All right, let's move on to the bell here. That is a bell. Yeah, that is definitely the most bell-sounding polo I've heard. It reminds me of the bells mod, because bells and such. Overall, not bad. I mean, it's an effect. Next up, we got Lilac, or Lily now. A nice slow pace like xylophone. I kind of like that. Overall, the effects are really nice. I am curious how they're going to mix with each other. I feel like they're all such different volumes. We're going to see though. Moving on to the last effect here. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I wouldn't even know how to describe that, but I do like that fast-paced kind of melody they're going with there. I do think that is a fire effect, and I'm hoping that it doesn't get drowned out. All right, moving on to the melodies now. Let's actually get a feel for what it's going to sound like. Fire melody. I was vibing with those vibrations I was hearing. Pretty solid melody, pretty solid like chord progression, I guess you would say. Starting off strong, I will say that. Moving on to the guitar thing. Not a bad melody. It does say it's a violin, although I do think that's pretty low for a violin. Isn't that like a cello, right? Not bad though. This one looks like a barbell, like a weight thing. His eyes are like looking into my soul. Why are they so detailed? Why is his eyes so like glistened? Either way, another pretty good sounding melody. I still don't know what that's supposed to be. Maybe headphones? Moving on to the traffic light, let's hear it. It must be really hard to determine when to actually go. Again, not a bad melody. Just sounds like horns. That's what it sounds like, musical horns. All right, moving on to the Game Kid. Let's see how this one sounds. Fire. I love it. I love that 8-bit sound, man. Now, there were previous Colorbox versions where they had like certain polos similar to the Game Kid, but I just didn't really love the sound of them. I do think that this one is pretty damn fire. All right, moving on to the voice. We got Colin. I am super excited to hear what he sounds like now. Let's hear it. You know, I'm actually kind of glad they did not change Colin. He was perfect. Moving on to the second voice. Sounds like I'm listening to like dubstep or something. It sounds like voices that you would hear in the back of like a Skrillex song. All right, let's move on to the third voice.
METROPOLIS, METROPOLIS.
All right, we got the original Metropolis one. It sounds definitely different from the original. I don't know. I kind of vibed with the original too. We're gonna have to see how it sounds with everything else, but I do miss the original one. That one was nice. All right, let's move on to the second to last voice here. There is a lot of depth to that voice there. The guy singing though sounds great. I think that is a pretty solid voice altogether. I think the only lyrics really were the Metropolis one. So I'm hoping for some in this last one here. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, he definitely went insane. Wow. Moving on to the bonus one, Splatjack, I'm guessing. Wow, that was a pretty damn clean beat. Yeah, I will say every time I see a Splatjack in here, he's like an amazing beat. I always like hearing that. All right, let's hear the second one that I suspect is Jack-O-Lantern. Let's hear it. I didn't think they were going to switch up the tune. Pretty nice. Oh yeah, I think that's definitely Jack-O-Lantern. I think that's pretty cool that he's in here. However, I do think we are going to move on to all the beats together. Let's hear them. Solid beats altogether. I love those. Of course, the last beat here and the Splatjack one are crazy. All right, let's move on to the effects now. I'm curious to see what they sound like. effects overall. I do think the bass needs to be a little louder. Now that might be just me. I am a fan of bass, but I do think it sounds great altogether. And I do like this speed light one. I like how that fast-paced kind of effect that's going on here. So let's move on to the melodies now. Okay, those melodies are amazing. I will say they all worked well together, including the extra one that we had here. We're gonna move on to the voices now. I am ready for Colin's amazing voice with everything else. Let's hear it. Okay, Jay's like laugh is wild. I don't know what's going on there. Immaculate voices though. I think they sound fantastic. However, I am a fan of that old Metropolis voice. I really do. I don't know. That one for some reason gets stuck in my head along with the Colin. So I guess on that note, we are gonna go ahead and make ourselves a nice orange beat. was absolutely incredible. It is crazy how much different listening to every single polo is and then listening to everything together. First off, the beats all together, every single beat on here are crazy. They went so hard. I think every beat here had a purpose. The effects were great. I wish the bass was a little bit louder, but altogether, actually, this first melody had like a bassiness to it, and it actually went well without even the bass in it. But however, my personal favorites, the beats were great, the melodies were amazing, specifically the first melody here, but even the game kit and of course Colin, man, sounded immaculate, and this voice too sounded great. Either way, I do hope you guys enjoyed this mod, because I surely did. So of course, just like every single mod, I do want to know what you guys think, so make sure you leave it down in the comments. I do want to thank the members of the channel, the people who have joined the Discord, and thank you for watching. Or not watching, I don't know. So on that note, I will catch you guys in the next video.